You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, Y&R fans, Belinda from Soap Dirt here, and we have got to talk about the lengths that Victor Newman will go to protect his sweetheart, Nikki Newman. Is he about to throw his new granddaughter, Claire Grace Howard, under the bus to save the family he already has? I think so. And how will Victoria handle it if her dad will not stop and listen on the CBS soap opera? Please click subscribe if you haven't yet. And now let's delve deep into this Newman messy family drama. So right now we have lunatic Jordan Howard on the loose in Genoa City. She's hanging out with Nikki's ex-sponsor from Alcoholics Anonymous, Seth, and she just manipulated Seth into contacting Nikki, going to see her. I have to say it was kind of humdrum to see him just going to the ranch and leaving with no sort of drama ensuing. It seems a waste of an opportunity, a waste of half of an episode during February sweeps. But, you know, maybe Jordan's got a more subtle revenge plan in play that we have yet to realize. Meanwhile, on the other side of the fence, Victor Newman is plotting ways to take down Jordan and make sure she cannot ever hurt Nikki again. To that end, Victor's got his eye on Claire Howard, the daughter of Victoria Newman and Cole Howard. Right now, Claire is in the psych ward of the local hospital, and she is making great progress with her mental health. That poor girl has been gaslit for 2.5 decades. So there's a lot of trauma to unpack and to recover from, but so far, Claire's doing pretty well. The thing is, though, Claire already demonstrated that she is willing to do anything to help her new family, the Newmans. So the other day, it was maybe, 3 weeks ago, I'm guessing, Victor showed up at the hospital to see Claire. Victoria was there, and he completely stunned his daughter when he asked Claire to try and get a message to her crazy aunt, Jordan. He wanted her to tell Jordan that she can have him, that he will give himself up to take her revenge out on so long as she leaves the rest of the Newman family alone. The message was about him being willing to make amends for hurting her sister Eve Howard, stuff like that. So as far as I can recall, I don't think Claire has had the opportunity to pass that message along. It's not coming up in my cranium. Let me know in the comments if you remember, but I don't think she has. Instead, Claire's been focused on her recovery. Meanwhile, Jordan is out there lurking and waiting, biding her time, ready to pounce. She's making creepy and threatening phone calls to Nikki. Some are just silence, some are stripper music, and some are verbal bashing. It's definitely stalking and harassment. And I'm certain Jordan has some plan to use Seth as part of her revenge scheme. Fortunately, Nikki is kind of realizing stuff. She just told Lauren Finmore that she thought something Seth said was strange. I mean, it's good that she noticed his wording. So Nikki told Lauren that Seth said someone from their AA group mentioned that he should get back in contact with her. But Nikki says that's very strange because they had just a very private group, and that was out of character. They didn't go around contacting each other outside of meetings. So maybe Nikki will start to put the pieces together. But meanwhile, Victor's got a plan cooking. He already told Adam and Nick Newman that he wouldn't tell them about it until he had all his ducks in a row. Well, looks like he's got those mallards all aligned, and he's going to tell Nick a little about his grand plan to save Nikki this week. So over at Newman Enterprises, father and son chat, with Nick noting that Victor's sort of distracted. Okay, that's fair. And then Victor tells Nick the Stick that he is going to use Claire to get to Jordan. And not just in a manner of, here, pass a message to your aunt sort of way. No. Victor wants to dangle Claire Grace as bait to use against Jordan to trap her. So Victor's plan is to use his influence with the court to get Claire released from her stint on the psych ward. And he said he's going to have a judge remand her into Victoria's custody so his daughter can take Claire home. And home is, of course, at the ranch where he has all of his crack security. Nick does not think this is a good idea, but Victor says Claire also wants Jordan back in jail. That's true. But Victoria is not going to like this, and Nick knows it and tells his dad. But Nick, he's advocating, but he also does want Jordan shut down. He says that Victoria will never sign on for this. Victor will not let it go, no matter what Nick says. Victor wants to send a strong message to Jordan. He thinks using Claire will give him a leg up, and then he can flip things around on Jordan and trap her, put an end to this once and for all. I think we're all ready to see it happen. So by the end of this week, Victoria finds out all that her dad is planning. She doesn't like it, not at all. She is scared that if Claire Grace leaves the psych ward, she isn't going to make it through recovery. She won't get all the help that she's getting while she's an inpatient. And I think she thinks that it's going to sacrifice the progress that Claire has made. But I kind of think Victoria is also going to be fighting an uphill battle against the combined wishes of Claire and Victor. No doubt, Claire is ravaged by guilt over what she did to the Newmans, and she would do literally anything to help make things right. But let's face it, this girl is traumatized. At one point, she was sounding so depressed that it was almost like she had a death wish. I mean, throwing her from the frying pan into the fire seems like a bad idea. Claire is in a fragile state, but I think Victor Newman's got tunnel vision right now. He sees he's got to protect Nikki at all costs, and at least he also finally realized he has to protect Nikki from herself too. He finally tossed out all the liquor from the living room, and then he grounded Nikki to the ranch like a teenager caught underage boozing. She's a grown woman. She's not going to sit for this for too long. And if Victor continues being so heavy-handed with his wife, I am certain that, like a teenager, Nikki will rebel and run away just to get some breathing room from him. That's kind of what she said this week when Victor gets upset that she and Lauren took a field trip to Crimson Lights for tea. They took security, but the bottom line is he doesn't want her out in the world. He is trying to tuck her away like a hidden treasure. I mean, it's sweet. Yes, I will give you that, but it's also smothering, and Nikki's not going to stand for it. So we'll see. But at the moment, it sure seems like Victor is ready to use Claire as a sacrificial lamb to draw out crazy Jordan. Will Victoria fight this tooth and nail? And even if she does, will Victor or Claire listen to her, or are they going to go full steam ahead, ignore the risks, and make huge moves to shut down crazy Jordan no matter the cost? Let me know what you think in the comments. Please click subscribe if you haven't already. Definitely come back soon, because we are here talking Y&R 7 days a week. And as always, I am Belinda from Soap Dirt.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.